I ain't never need a nigga money cause I make it, but if that nigga wanna pay a bill, I'ma take it.
I miss being outside having shit to do. I don't chase niggas, like that's not something that I do.
I leave that boy wet, now I ain't talking about the sweat.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Carranita. Welcome. I decided to do a drive with me today because a lot of you guys have been requesting for one, so I got you. So that's what I'm doing today. The lighting looks so orange. I don't know why it looks so orange on this camera, but anywho, let me see. Okay, that looks a little bit better. So we're just gonna run around, find something to do, and I'm gonna chit chat with you guys, talk about some topics, and answer some more questions that I didn't answer for you guys in my last Q&A video. So I'm gonna answer them for you guys today. So let me get y'all stood up, and hopefully, well, we already know the camera gonna fall because I don't have a mount yet. Let me turn this air on. It's hot as fuck. Sorry if you guys can't hear me right now because of the air. It is freaking hot. It's 88 degrees right now, so you know, I get situated, I'll come back on so you guys can hear me better. So I'll be right back. And I won't be foolish, no, I wanna know. Okay guys, so I'm back. So like I said earlier, I have no idea where I'm going to. I'm not even hungry, so I wanted to do a mukbang for you guys. Hopefully if I see something that I feel like eating, I'll stop there and get some. So I don't know if I'm gonna post a video before this video or after, but I did do a mukbang trying checkers for the first time, and it was so nasty, y'all. It was such a horrible experience. Like, I'm so mad. I thought it was gonna be so good because my sister-in-law kept hyping it up, so I was real geeked to try it, and it was so nasty. So I don't even want fast food not to taste that, because I feel like they just be, you know, throwing the food any kind of way because we in quarantine and shit, and you know, so I don't know, I'm just talking. All right, so one of the questions you guys asked me is, how tall are you? I am 4'11". Y'all, I am so short. I don't know if I look tall to y'all on the camera or something, but yeah, I'm 4'11". Somebody asked me, would you get back with your ex, and what happened with you guys' relationship? Okay. So would I ever get back with my ex? No, I wouldn't. He's already married and shit. Like, that shit dead. I guess to let you guys know, like, the background of what happened in our relationship, I was still childish. I was immature. I was 23 at the time. You know, I wasn't really ready. I wouldn't say I wasn't ready to settle down, but I wasn't ready for marriage and shit like that, because that's the type of shit he was on, and I wasn't on that. He was the first guy I ever been with. Hold on, please don't fall. Please don't. He was on the type of shit where he was ready to get married, have kids, and as you guys know, I don't want kids right now, and I definitely didn't want them when I was 23. He was my first relationship where I dated someone who actually treated me right, the only person. You know how some of us females are, like, we so used to being hurt and so used to men like treating us like shit, so it's like when we finally get a good guy, we don't know how to act. Like, we thinking like, oh, like something ain't right, like he just playing this shit off right now, but he gonna show his true colors later. So that's how I was. I'm like, this shit too good to be true. Like, this nigga is not a good nigga. Like, hell no. So like, I kept starting stuff to make him, like, try to get him mad and see how he react. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like he was just acting like it was just a beginning stage. And basically, that was really his personality. Like, he was really a good person. He was really romantic. He knew how to treat a woman. Like, that was really him. So I would always try to find ways for him to be something that he was not, and it never worked. When he started talking about marriage and shit like that and living together, I would try to do stuff so we could break up. Like, I would do stuff to piss him off on purpose. I would like push him away and distance myself from him so we wouldn't be together. And so I guess he started realizing it. I don't know, he started getting tired of me, and we ended up breaking up. And then once we broke up, I realized, like, damn, like, I had a good nigga, like, I'm tripping, and I started missing him. We were still being friends or whatever like that. We'll talk on the phone in the morning, at nighttime. He'll text me good morning, good night, you know, as friends. Like, we basically kept doing stuff as we were in a relationship, but we were not together. So like, I don't know, like, when that shit was going on, I was getting my feelings, because I'm like, fuck, like, I want him to be my boyfriend again. Like, I had a good nigga. Like, I'm tripping. Why the fuck are we being friends and we still doing the same shit like we in a relationship? Like, that shit toxic as fuck. Basically, I wanted to get back with him. He wasn't having that shit. He said I broke his heart and it's gonna be hard for him to trust me again and some shit like that, which is understandable now that I'm older. Like, I try to change my ways, which I was actually doing. Like, I started, you know, stop being toxic, start communicating more, just doing things that you're supposed to do in a relationship. He just couldn't trust me. So hold on, my bra showing. That's ghetto. When you don't have trust in a relationship, it's like the relationship is pointless, and that's how we were. And then like I was trying to do some get back shit to make him jealous, and then that shit made it 10 times worse. I always follow my heart. Like my heart was telling me, look Sierra, you gonna get hurt, so you need to go ahead and cut this nigga off. Like it's no point in y'all just talking every day and y'all not in a relationship, but y'all doing things that couples do. I mean, you're just doing nothing but hurting you. What the fuck? Y'all should have seen this shit. This car just turned right in front of us to make a U-turn. Like almost fucking hit us. What the fuck? Yeah, so basically like I was following my heart because I felt like, you know, what's the point of us acting like we're in a relationship and we not? Like it's hurting nobody but myself. And we not improving, like we not getting anywhere. So it's best we just break it off. And then like I know I told him about it and he didn't agree with it. Like he still, I don't know what kind of shit he was on. Like he still wanted to act how he was acting, not together. And he was like, I'm letting you know right now, if you cut me off, I do some shit like that, like don't ever try to come back into my life, because once you cut me off, I'm done for good. So I was like, this nigga just talking like this nigga love me, like he ain't gonna cut me off, you know? So I cut him off and I'm just crying and shit, telling my roommate how much I love him and like how hurt I am. And then my roommate, like, she was like, look, it's best that you cut him off. Like, obviously, y'all not gonna get back together, how the way things is going. So, blah, 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 cut him off. We haven't talked since months or whatever like that. I ended up moving to Louisiana because I was living in Texas. Like, his mom will always check up on me, try to see how I do. Even to this day, like, she still texts me, call me. I think she still wants us to get back together on some shit like that, but it's not happening. So, I ended up moving for my job when I was working in a refinery. So then my job ended up making us come back to Texas. So when I came back to Texas, I was staying with a different roommate this time. And I was just, you know, worried about him. I said I wanted to check on him. Like I wanted us to get back together. I was like, you know, this is what I'm gonna do. When I go back, I'm gonna probably call him or whatever like that. So I come back to Texas. I'm running it down to my roommate how I miss my ex, how I want us to get back together, and I want to check up on him, but I don't want to call him because it's been so long since the last time we talked, because you know I cut him off. So my roommate was like, man, fuck it, like go pop up on that nigga, like you know where he stay at, so go pull up at his house. So I was like, I do want to do that, but fuck it, I don't want to go in my car, because like what if some shit go down and then I don't want him to know it's me pulling up. Like what if we pull up at his apartment at the same time? So she was like, go ahead and take my car, like you good. So I took a car and I was like, okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna knock on this nigga door, like what the fuck I'm gonna do? So I was taking it home and I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write the nigga a letter. So y'all, my dumb ass wrote like a 6-page letter to this nigga. I wrote it down, I put up to his apartment. I said I was gonna knock on the door just to give it to him and let him read it, but I didn't. Thank God I didn't. I'm gonna get into that later. So what I ended up doing was just leaving it, like he had something like on your door where you could just put like paper and mail and stuff at. So that's what I did. So in a letter, basically I was telling him how I miss him and how I'm sorry for how I acted and how I'm a better person now, like I'm not toxic anymore basically, and how I do love him, and I know when we were together I never showed that I really did love him, and how I wanted to get back together and make things right. I wish him the best. Like, you know, I do pray for him for happiness in his life, which I do honestly. Like anybody that I met in my life, I pray for you. Like if you didn't know that, yes, I pray for you. I pray for everybody. Like I always pray for happiness for people. Like that's just the type of person that I am. So I told him in a letter, like, you know, I pray for you. I always pray that you find happiness, even if it's not with me. I pray that you are able to get married. I pray that you're able to have a family and stuff like that. So he basically never responded back to me. So out of nowhere, his uncle ended up calling me. And so his uncle was like, what's up, Sierra? Like, I wanted to check on you, see how you doing. He was like, I hate to see you and my nephew break up like that. Like, I really wanted y'all to work out because his new girlfriend is ugly as fuck. And I was like, this nigga got another girlfriend? What the fuck? So he was like, yeah, like, they got together like probably a month after y'all broke up, blah, blah, blah. Like, he really rushed into another relationship. So, you know, my heart hurt and shit like that. His uncle was like, damn, like, I wish I could get back together. Like, you need to go pull up on that nigga and knock on his door and tell him that, you know, we need to be together, blah, blah, blah. Like, some shit like that. I'm like, nigga, I literally just put up to this nigga house a few weeks ago and put a letter on his fucking door. How fucking more romantic can that be? Like, I told the nigga that I wanted to get back with him and that I'm sorry, and he couldn't respond back to me. Fuck that. Then his uncle was like, no, fuck that, you gotta do more than that. You gotta let him know that you want him and that you changed. And I'm like, hell no, like, I ain't that type of bitch. Like, I ain't about to do all that. Fuck it, he just ain't the one for me. I don't chase niggas. Like, that's not something that I do. Like, I have to really love you to do some shit like that, and I really loved him because he was different. But once I found out, like, oh, I sent you a 6-page letter, you couldn't even respond back and tell me like it's not gonna work or nothing, like you just didn't say shit. Fuck it, like fuck no, we done, period. Like I ain't doing shit else. I did what I had to do. I played my part. Yeah, that's basically what happened. I haven't heard from the nigga since after I wrote him that letter. But his mama still check up on me like to this day. She still comment on my pictures. She still DM me. She called me sometimes and shit like that. So, and now he married. He got a baby on the way. Oh shit, I'm choking. And honestly, I'm happy for him because when we were together, that was something that he always wanted. Like he always wanted to be married. He always wanted to have a family. And he wanted that with me, but I wasn't ready for that shit, y'all. Like even today, like I could say I'm ready for marriage. I could say I want kids, but deep down, I know I don't want that shit because I'm not in a position where I want to be in life. So I feel like I could bring a child in this world and take care of them. I want to be financially stable. I want to be wealthy. I want to give my child the world. Like I don't want to bring a child into this world and I'm still trying to figure out my life, what the fuck I want to do. I want to have everything together when I have a child, and of course I want to be married. Like y'all already know that. So it's like at 23, that definitely wasn't a time. That wasn't the time for me to like just. I couldn't do that for him at that time. So it was like it was the right person just at the wrong time. Like if I would have met him right now, like we definitely would have got married, had kids, blah blah blah, all that type of shit. Like it probably would have worked out. It's a lesson, you live and you learn. And I appreciate like him coming into my life because him coming into my life taught me that, you know, there are good men out there. There are men who actually treat women how they're supposed to. There are men who value their women. So I know what to look for in a man. Like before him, I used to just settle for niggas. I used to think all niggas was the same. You're not gonna find one that's just so faithful and this and that. Like you just gonna have to settle with one nigga. And then when I met him, I realized to know my worth. And it also made me build a better relationship with God. So I do appreciate him being in my life for that, to make me a better woman, because he did do that. So yeah, that's the story time about that situation, how I ended and shit. So yeah, I can't believe that most of you guys are Libras like me, which I should have known because you guys are my subscribers. Like y'all subscribe to my channel because y'all can relate to me. So duh, Sierra, obviously most of them are gonna be Libras. So I just think that's so cool how you guys come in on my last video when I did my Q&A and I told you I was a Libra, and y'all was telling me how y'all are Libras too, and like y'all birthdays are just like a few days before or after mine. So that's lit. But something I wanted to talk to you guys about is just basically like living in fear and trying to achieve your goals, because last night like I was just so depressed and I was just thinking about like what the fuck do I want to do in my life. And like I was just thinking, so basically when people ask me like, oh Sierra, what are your goals, what do you want to do, I always lie and act like I don't know, because the goals that I do have for myself, I don't really want to share with people. People make it seem like, well, I'm gonna say black people make it seem like if you don't go to college, you're not gonna be successful. If you don't go to college, you're not gonna be shit. And before I get into this, I just want to say shout out to all my sisters, all my brothers who are in school right now, who graduated college. Shout out to y'all. I support y'all. I probably would have finished college for the experience of meeting people, like being in a sorority or something like that. So just, you know, having connections. That's the only reason why I really wanted to go to college back then. But like when I was in college, I was going to school for nursing. If you were day one, you know, I used to have vlogs of me going to school and shit like that. So hold on, let me fuck it. So yeah, when I was in school, I was going to school for nursing, and basically I was doing that shit because the money was good. I didn't know what I wanted to go to school to major in. Like I just couldn't figure the shit out. Like school was never really for me. I forced myself to go to school to fit in with society, because like I said, black people make it seem like if you don't go to college, you're not gonna be shit. So that's why I forced myself to go to school for nursing. And plus my friend at the time was going to school for nursing, so she ran it down to me about how, you know, how nursing is and how the pay is. And I was like, well shit, you know, the money sound good. Then they had programs where you didn't have to go to school for 4 years for nursing. Like you can go the quicker route. So I'm like, shit, if I could get out of school quicker, that's a bet for me. Like that's even better. So that's basically why I went to school. I did it for a year, like it was cool or whatever. Then I just started going to class and I'm like, man, like fuck, this is not what I want to do. Like I don't want to be a nurse. Like I love helping people, like I love doing volunteer work and shit like that, but I don't want to be in no cold ass hospital. I don't want to work no graveyard shifts. I don't want to wear scrubs to work every day. Like if I have a career, I want to be in a suit or some shit, like in a dress. I want to be dressed up or some shit like that. Like I don't want to wear scrubs every day. Like that's not me. So, and I feel like nurses really don't have no life. Like, the money be good, but you always at fucking work, and that's just not something that I want to do. So I said fuck it, I stopped going to school. And like, I was low-key embarrassed when I stopped going, because like, I told people that I was going to school to be a nurse, and I just feel like, oh, like, damn, she stopped going to school. But fuck it, like, you can't really just go by what people think about you. That's my problem. Like, I always live life wondering what people think about me, not want people to judge me. Since I was a little kid, y'all, I always knew that I wanted to be in the entertainment business. Like, I knew being an entertainer was me. When I was like 4th grade, yeah, I was in the 4th grade, and I had a best friend who lived in my neighborhood at the time. Like, me and this girl, every freaking day after school, we would go to her house. We would make up dances, make up songs, we would practice, and then we'll just get it together. And on the weekend, if her people or my people had like a barbecue or some shit like that, anybody in the neighborhood, like our friends, we would perform for them every weekend. Me and my friend was really doing that shit, like dead ass practicing every fucking day, singing our ass off. Like, we'll be on the phone at nighttime every night, calling each other, practicing our vocals on the phone, singing. When I was a little kid, like in 4th grade, I always said that when I grow up, I'm gonna be a pop singer. Like, that's just some shit I always wanted to do. Like, cause I love to dance, I love singing, like I love, like, you know, performing. But as I got older, I started realizing, like, you know, I really can't fucking sing, so that shit dead, like I can't sing. So I started really like getting into it. Then we grew apart anyways. Like, I moved to I ended up moving, so we stopped being friends and shit like that. Okay, y'all, so I had to park because it's hard for me to drive and talk to y'all. So yeah, so then I remember a time like when my brother used to live with me and my mom, my oldest brother, he used to rap and shit. So he was like, Sierra, you know, come watch me, you know, make up some verses and see, you know, if you like it, like try to make up a rap. So me and him be writing down, you know, writing down lyrics and shit like that, and I put it together, and then like my raps came out good, and I was actually enjoying it. So then I used to rap. And so I remember like my roommate who I was telling y'all about when I went to go see my ex, when I was staying with her, me and her, we used to always freestyle. Like, we used to get on live on Facebook and we used to freestyle rap and shit like that. And so like my verses, like, they was really good. Like, if I could find it, I'll insert it for y'all. But like, we used to really be rapping all the time. Like, every time we go somewhere, like if it's just me and her, we'll rap. Sometimes we have some friends who we grew up with that moved to Texas, and then like we used to have get-togethers and we used to be freestyling, and it was just a good time. Like, I love entertaining. Like, that shit is just so lit to me. So like, I always knew I wanted to be an entertainer. It's just like, I know that shit is not easy. Like, it's not an easy road to get to. And like me, like, I'm a real lazy person. I lose interest easily. Like, if I fail, like, I'm like, fuck it, I'm done. Like, I'm on to the next. That's another problem that I have too. So like, I was always like iffy about like being into the entertainment business, like being in agencies and shit like that. Basically, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to be an entertainer. That's something that I love to do. Like, YouTube, like, I guess that's why, you know, it's so good for me, because I love entertaining people. Like, I feel like me and people who are in school, like in college or graduated college or some shit, like, I feel like we wouldn't relate. Like, they wouldn't relate to what I'm talking about. They'll be like, you want to be an entertainer? Like, what the fuck? And one of my goals when I moved to Orlando was to meet like people who are influencers and people who are entertainers, so I can have somebody to relate to. Because like I told y'all earlier, like, people who are in school and shit like that, going to college, like, I feel like they don't understand where I'm coming from when I tell them that I want to be an entertainer. Like, they'll look at you like, what the fuck, like, and try to judge you, because society makes you think you have to go to school to be successful, which you really don't. Because like I said, I didn't finish going to school. I know motherfuckers who graduated college, who got a degree, make less money than I do, make the same amount of money that I do, and I don't have a degree. So it's like, you really don't have to go to college to be successful. And I don't know why it's so hard for me to meet people who like model, who act, who like, you know, are influencers. Like, I don't know, like, I just can never find them when I try to look for them. But that's the type of people that I really try to look for, to be around, so I can have people who I can relate to when I want to share my goals. Like, I can run it down to them, and you know, they can give me advice and motivate me to keep going. That's just how I look at it, y'all. So I don't know, but I was living in fear. Like, I always feared failure, and it just hit me last night. I was thinking like, damn, like, all this time I let fear of failure get to me, and now I just feel like it's my time to shine. Like, I kept seeing the same numbers. Like, when I told y'all about the angel numbers that I keep seeing, 12 12 1 1 1, I keep seeing those numbers and it's telling me to stop living in fear and to, you know, speak things to existence, because when I speak of the tongue, it's actually coming true. And it's telling me to stop thinking negative and start, you know, speaking the positive things that I want in my life, because the things that I speak are coming to reality. So I just feel like it's my time to go hard, and that's what I'm about to do. Like, I'm just about to get this shit my all. I'm about to not live in fear. If I fail, fuck it, I'm gonna just keep trying again until I make it. And yeah, I was just really thinking about that last night, and I'm about to really get up on my shit. So we about to hit 20K, y'all, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for my day ones who've been supporting me. Even the new people who are subscribed to my channel, thank you for supporting me as well. I don't know, like, this shit is just, it's a lot, honestly, but and another thing, like, being an influencer or entertainer, whatever you want to call it, because I know some of you guys be asking me, like, to give you advice on being on YouTube and gaining subscribers and shit like that, which, like I said, I worked my ass off for this. Like, I've been doing YouTube for a year now. TikTok, I've been doing it for like a month, but I used to post every day, but now I'm not that consistent. But I worked my ass off for my TikTok, I ain't gonna even lie. You gotta be consistent if you want the results, y'all. That's period. But like, another thing that I learned from being an influencer is that this shit is really stressful. Like, being an influencer is like, I can't be myself. I have to always fake like I'm happy. I always have to put a fake smile on my face on the camera. Like, I can't really talk to y'all about my life and like what I go through, because I don't want y'all to feel like I'm a negative ass person. Like, even like me, like, I don't want to watch somebody on YouTube who talk about how they hate their life and how they how they depressed and shit. Like, I don't want nobody to talk about that shit every time they get on the camera, because fuck, that's negative energy. Like, if I see that, then I'm gonna start thinking like that, and I'm gonna start having negative energy, and then I'm gonna bring that energy to somebody else. So it's like, I really can't talk about what I go through in my life, and I really can't like express my feelings, because the shit might seem negative to y'all on y'all end when y'all watching. Like, damn, this bitch always complaining, she always depressed and shit. Like, don't nobody want to see that shit. So it's like, I have to always fake a smile for like the camera. Like, I have to be something that I'm not, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, it's just so stressful, y'all. Like, I don't know, I just thought this shit was gonna be a piece of cake, and then like I start to realize like, oh shit, like this shit is not easy at all. Like, cause I really be going through shit, and I really don't have nobody to talk to. And then when I do talk to y'all, I don't want to vent to y'all about what I go through, because I don't want to seem negative to y'all. So it's like a whole bunch of shit build up in me, and then like I don't even want to be wanting to get on the camera, because like I said, I be depressed and shit. But I don't know, it's just something that I was thinking about. But yeah, so if you want to be an influencer, just look at that. Like, I remember seeing something about a girl who committed suicide. She was an influencer. Everybody was like, they was shocked that she like committed suicide, because she always seemed happy. And it's like, well, duh, because she gotta seem happy on the camera when she's, you know, promoting products and shit like that. She can't really be depressed, because that's her job. Like, you have to be happy on camera. Like, they wonder why she committed suicide, and when you really think about it, like, because like being an influencer, you're a role model. You're a role model to somebody. There's somebody out there who looks up to you, who looks forward to seeing your videos every time you post, who look forward to seeing your pictures on Instagram every time you post. So it's like, you have to watch what you do, you have to watch what you say. You can't really just, you know, be sad and shit, because you gotta be happy, because your life reflects somebody else's life. Like, so if somebody's watching your every move, you're gonna want to make sure that you're positive, bring good energy. So it's like, you can't really be your fucking self, and that's how I feel. And it's very stressful. Like, this shit really be stressing me the fuck out. This shit is stressful, but this is what I signed up for, so
I throw that ass back to see if he gon' catch it. I ain't athletic, but it's tennis for the necklace. Rich niggas want me, big figures on me.
Back up on my bullshit, back up on the scene. Done dealing with you, don't know how to deal with me. Flexing on my exes and my Model X. Some of y'all ain't never had no real bitch and it shows. I know you love fucking me. I can tell by the way you in love with me. Now you feel like you can fly. I just sprung off in the springtime. Fuck all your free time. That did make my soul smile. That did make me so proud. Ooh,
I might just hit it to a wall. That's on my element. I like dark skins.
Hoes in that feeling cause that nigga tryna eat me up. Little do they know I don't really fuck with dirty mouth. 7 wall nigga put it in, he got a nasty mouth. That nigga love me when that pussy squirt back. I
miss being outside having shit to do. Oh my god. I literally just drove for nothing just to talk to y'all, just to be in the fucking car.
I ain't never need a nigga money cause I make it. But if that nigga wanna pay a bill, I'ma take it. I'm my freaky friend cause he know I ain't gonna do nothing. He be eating everybody pussy, I can't kiss him. I'ma give him back when he broke, I can't fix him.
Alright y'all, so I just made it home. So I'm about to go ahead and end this video. Hopefully it was pretty entertaining for you guys because I had nothing to really talk about. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah.